Hello, good day. How are you today? You're good, right? Okay. Are you ready for today's lesson? You are? That is good. Today in mathematics, we are going to be looking at rate and percentage, okay? Our topic for today in mathematics is on rate and percentage. So are we ready for the lesson? We are with our books and our pencils or pen to get into today's lesson, right? Okay, so under today's lesson, we are going to be looking at what problems on rate and percentage, okay? And also equivalent representation. So first, let's look at what we mean by rate and percentage. A rate is a comparison of two quantities with different units, okay? Example, if you travel 60 miles in 2 hours. Two quantities of different units. Did you understand that? 60 miles in 2 hours. Your rate is 60 miles per 2 hours or 30 miles per hour. Okay? Miles and hour are different units used in comparing two different things, right? Miles is for the distance and hour is time. So a rate is a comparison of two quantities with different units. Okay? A rate is a special ratio that compares two quantities with different units. Do you understand? Like the example we gave, 60 miles in 2 hours, your rate is 60 miles per 2 hours or 30 miles per hour, okay? Let's say if you can run 60 meters in 30 seconds, the rate is 60 meters per 30 seconds, okay? Do you understand? Now, percentage. A percentage is a way to express a part of a whole as a fraction of 100. Okay? So this is what we use in representing percentage. So 25% is the same as 25 out of 100, which can be written as 25 over 100. Okay? It's also the same as 0.25. I will explain this, okay? So a percentage is a way of expressing a fraction out of 100. So 25 out of 100. So the 10% literally means per 100, okay? To convert a percentage as a fraction, you simply write the percentage as a fraction with a denominator of 100, which we did here, 25 over 100. The denominator is 100. If you have 50%, it's 50 over 100, okay? And how do we know that 25 over 100 is also 0.25? Let's say there's an invisible point in this 25, okay? And we want to change this 25 over 100 to decimal. There's an invisible point here. We move this point 1, 2, 2 zeros, okay? You put the point sign and add a 0 in front. So we have 0.25. This is how to convert from percentage to decimal, okay? We're going to be looking at that. So a percentage is a way of expressing a fraction out of 100, okay? So let's look at some word problem on percentage. You have a bag of 80 marbles and 25% of them are blue. How many marbles are blue? You have a bag of 80 marbles and 25% of them are blue. How many marbles are blue? To find the number of blue marbles, you convert the percentage to a fraction or decimal. But in this case, I'm going to convert it to a fraction. Okay, you can also convert to decimal, no problem. So you have here 25 over 100. Remember, this percentage sign is over 100. So we have 25 over 100. Now we have converted to fraction. Now you multiply the fraction or the decimal that you converted to by the total number of marbles. So the total number of marbles we have here is 80. So times 80. Okay, that is it. So 25 over 100 times 80. We cancel. 0 cancels 0. Here is left with 10. Here is left with 8. 2 in 8 is 4. So we have 4 left here. 2 in 10 is 5. We have 5 left here. 5 cannot cancel 4, but 5 can cancel 25. So 5 cancel itself is 1. 5 cancel 25 is 5. So we have 5 here and we have 4 here. So 5 times 4 is going to give us 20. So 25% of 80 marbles is 20, okay? There are 20 blue marbles. Do you understand? So in a bag of 80 marbles, there are 20 blue marbles. Let's look at another example. You bought a shirt that was originally priced at $40, but it's on sale for 30% off. How much will you pay after the discount? So what do we do first? We convert our percentage to fraction or decimal. So we convert it to fraction. If you want to convert it to decimal, you do that. So we have 30 over 100 times the original price of shirt, okay? 40. 0 cancels 0, here is left with 4, here is left with 10. This 0 also cancels this 0. So here is left with 1, which is not needed again. Then we have here 3 left and 4. So 3 times 4 is going to give you 12. Okay? So the discount is $12. So the discount is $12. Now we are going to subtract the discount from the original price to find the final amount, okay? So after the discount, it is equals to 40 minus 12, okay? 40 minus 12 will give you 28. So after 30% discount, you will pay $28 for the shirt, okay? So after the discount, you pay $28. Do you understand? Okay, good. So now we are going to be looking at equivalent representation. Equivalent representation. We have 20% here. 20% can be also seen as 20 over 100. They look different, but they mean the same thing. 20% is also 20 over 100. Okay, 20% is equivalent to 20 over 100. They look different, but they are the same. It's also 0.2. Do you know how we change this to decimal? Remember I said there's an invisible point here. So we moved it. There are 2 zeros. We moved it. 1, 2. The decimal point stays here, so we have 0.2. The 0 is not necessary, okay? So 20 over 100 and 0.2 is equivalent to 20%. They look different, but they mean the same thing, okay? Do you understand that? Here we have 125%. 125% is equivalent to 125 over 100. This is the same as this, is equivalent to this. And this can also be written as decimal 1.25. You know how we got the 1.25? Remove your decimal, 1, 2. There are two zeros, so it stops here, 1.25. So 1.25 is equivalent to 125%. 125 over 100 is equivalent to 125%. That is what we mean, okay? Do you understand? 1.25 is equivalent to this and is also equivalent to 125%. 125 over 100 is equivalent to 125% and also 1.25. Easy. 40%. 40 over 100, 0.4. This is the same as this. This is the same as this. They may look different, but they are the same thing. Okay? That is what this just means. Okay? They look different, but they mean the same thing. They represent the same thing. If you have 50%, is 50 over 100. In decimal is 0.5. Do you understand? If you have 25%, is 25 over 100, and in decimal is 0.25. Easy. Okay? Now let's look at word problem on equivalent representation. Okay? You have a saving account with $500 and it earns an annual interest rate of 8%. Represent this interest in different equivalent ways. So we have 8% here. We have to represent this interest in different equivalent ways. So 8% is equal to, this can be written as 8 over 100, right? And it can also be written as 0.08. Do you know how we got this? There's an invisible point after the 8, right? We move it 2 places to the left. 1, 2. So we have 0 here. So we have 0.08. That is how we got this. So 8 over 100 is equivalent to 8%. 0.08 is equivalent to 8%. So we have represented this 8% in different equivalent ways, right? So they can either convert it to a fraction or to a decimal, okay? You scored 85% on a test. Represent this percentage in different equivalent ways. You have 85%. How do you represent 85% in different ways? You have 85 over 100 or 0.85. So this is equivalent to this and this is equivalent to this, okay? Do you understand? So that is how you represent your percentage in different equivalent ways, okay? I hope you're not confused. So today's lesson on rate and percentage, we understood everything we talked about, right? We looked at the meaning of rate and percentage and some word problem on rate and percentage, right? We also looked at equivalent representation and some word problems on equivalent representation. So we understood everything we talked about on today's lesson. Okay, that is good. So next we are going to be looking at our assignment. I'm sure we're going to be able to do our assignment, right? It's easy. Okay, that is good. So keep on practicing. Practice makes perfect. Okay? Good.